Post-Arrival Orientation Seminar, PAOS, for Household Service Workers in Strategic Zones of Japan. A presentation by Welfare Officer Carmelita T. Raquiza, Philippine Overseas Labor Office, Philippine Embassy, Tokyo, Japan. PAOS is a continuation to the Pre-Departure Orientation Seminar, or PDOS, and are part of the Philippine government's effort to equip our Filipino workers appropriate information as guide on their journey to overseas employment. Today's PAOS will briefly cover the following discussions: Japan's project on acceptance of foreigners conducting housekeeping services in national strategic special zones, profile of Filipinos in Japan, pertinent Japanese labor and immigration laws for foreign workers, services of the Philippine Overseas Labor Office, the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration on-site programs and services, and practical tips on working and living in Japan. The amendment of Japan's National Strategic Zone Law, which was enacted on July 8, 2015, allows the entry of foreign nationals who shall engage in housekeeping services into the National Strategic Special Zones, which took effect on September 1, 2015. The Philippines, through the POEA, allow the recruitment and deployment of Filipino housekeepers by the private sector under the project to accept foreigners conducting housekeeping services in National Strategic Special Zones of Japan. POEA Governing Board Resolution Number 8 on the implementation of said deployment was signed on June 2, 2016 and was circulated the following day. There are 5 key players under the project on household service workers for National Strategic Special Zones. Specified organization, which refers to public or private organization providing housekeeping services in Japan. National Strategic Special Zones, which refers to specified locations in Japan authorized to accept foreign housekeepers. Housekeeper, which refers to a worker hired through a specified organization for employment in Japan. Sending organization, which refers to a licensed Philippine recruitment agency which recruits and sends housekeepers to Japan. Employment agency refers to an agency in Japan which establishes employment relationships between job offers and job seekers. Initially, there are 3 designated areas selected as one of the National Special Strategic Zones under this project. These are Kanagawa, Osaka, and Tokyo. It will be good to know the geographical location of these strategic zones for your reference. Japan has 8 regions and 47 prefectures with the 3 strategic zones amongst them. Kanagawa and Tokyo are located at the southern part of Kanto region, while Osaka is located at the southern part of Kinki or Kansai region. As of June 2016, there are a total of 257,172 Filipinos living in Japan. This consisted of 32,419 registered Filipinos with working visa. 219,513 are registered either with long-term, permanent, intra-company, and training visas. 5,240 Filipinos are undocumented and with overstay status. Filipinos with working visas are classified on the following categories. Skilled workers include positions such as engineers, teachers, interpreters, managers, researchers, cooks, jewelry craftsmen, and horsemen. Generally, they are granted international humanities visas. Specific visas for selected job categories such as engineers and university professors are also granted. Household workers include those who provide household services to employers such as diplomats, foreign investors, executive foreigners. They are granted the designated activity visas. Entertainers consists of performing artists that acquire entertainer visas. There are special setups on deployment of Filipino workers in Japan under these schemes. Nurses and caregivers under the Japan and Philippine Economic Partnership Agreement, or JPEPA. They are granted designated activity visas. Technical intern trainees under the Technical Intern Training Program. They are granted technical intern trainee visas. Construction and shipbuilding worker under MLIT. These group of workers are granted designated activity visas. And household workers under the National Strategic Special Zones project, who are also granted the designated activity visas.